It has become crystal clear that the primary goal of the newly elected Democratic House of Representatives is to impeach President Donald Trump. What makes that goal so insidious is that the Democratic candidates for the House of Representatives in 2018 spoke mostly about health care. They were instructed by their leadership not to talk about impeachment because they were afraid it would turn off independents and disgruntled Republicans.
There is an investigation. If it takes its course, let it take its course. But I do not think that impeachment is a policy agenda.
That changed as soon as the new Congress was sworn in, which means they might have been hiding the truth all along. What is telling is that even as the Mueller investigation winds down, that Trump's opponents have moved on from it, even before seeing the findings, and here might be the reason why. You see, Mueller was tasked with investigating, quote, any links and or coordination between the Russian government and individuals with the Trump campaign. Now, if the terms links and coordination don't sound like crimes, that's because they're not. You see, Mueller's investigation was first and foremost a counterintelligence investigation to uncover threats to national security. Now, if he finds any criminal activity along the way, he's supposed to turn that over to other federal prosecutors, which he did with former Trump campaign manager Paul Manafort, former advisor Roger Stone, and former Trump attorney Michael Cohen. But as for the President of the United States, it is very doubtful that any crimes will be uncovered, especially when it comes to colluding with the Russians. However, there will be a long list of facts that at the very least will be embarrassing to the president. And at the very worst will help the impeachment proceedings that will be started by the House Democrats on obstruction of justice. Now, if you're thinking, well, that's a stretch. If he's cleared on helping the Russians to interfere in the 2016 election, then he's cleared, right? Not so fast. The impeachment proceedings against Richard Nixon and Bill Clinton both were about obstruction of justice. And it became very clear this past weekend that House Democrats hope to use that very same charge to pursue impeachment. New York Congressman Jerry Nadler, who is also chair of the Judiciary Committee, was on ABC's This Week, and he told George Stephanopoulos that he doesn't need the Mueller report to prove obstruction of justice.
It's very clear that the president obstructed justice. It's very clear. 1,100 times he referred to the Mueller investigation as a witch hunt. He tried to, he tried to protect Flynn from being investigated by the FBI. He fired Comey in order to stop the Russian thing, as he told NBC News. He's dangled he's threatened, he's intimidated witnesses in public.
Now, the congressman freely admitted that none of the actions he just listed rise to the level of a crime. However, a president doesn't have to commit a crime to be impeached. The House gets to decide what is an impeachable offense. So that must mean that the chair is going to start impeachment proceedings immediately.
We do not now have the evidence all sorted out and everything to do an impeachment.
Wait a second. Didn't he just say that it's very clear that the president obstructed justice, and he gave us a long list of examples? What have I been telling you? Again, this is all about the 2020 presidential election. It doesn't matter what the results are. The investigation is what is important, because the Democratic base overwhelmingly wants to see this president impeached. But to actually go through with it, well, that's something else altogether. That's why you heard the chairman hemming and hawing a second ago. Even the most partisan politician knows the dangers of weaponizing impeachment. Because once you use that weapon on the other side of the aisle, get ready. Because when they get a hold of it, they're going to use it on you. I'm Larry Menti. We'll talk again soon.